Because what I've heard here, oh my gosh, it sounds so good, guys. And the video wouldn't do it justice anyway. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Man, and I'm looking at the camera. And on, good, good, good. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me. And you notice by now, at least you should. For those of you that have never been to this channel before, welcome to you as well. My name's Robert, and the name of this channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. I'm down here in Daytona, Florida. I'm in Destination Daytona. And what I have with me, who do I have with me? I can't really say who, what. I got Violet with me. And Violet's down here because, oh, by the way, Violet is my 2021 CVO Limited. Violet, from the time that I bought her, the music, the stereo system, the stage 1 Harley Davidson system on that motorcycle is atrocious. It's just horrible. So what is this, 3 years later? Finally gonna do something about it, and that's why I'm here. And it's from a company called SOUNDZ. I'm gonna talk to you guys about that. All right, let me head over there, meet Gorilla, that's the guy I was in contact with, and see what we're gonna do today. All right, guys, I'm at the SOUNDZ. Well, it's not really a booth, it's actually a tent, right? It's a rig. Is there a truck attached to this somewhere?
Not today.
Okay, okay.
There will be later.
But the person that you hear, that's Gorilla. I'm gonna put him on camera. He's gonna talk to you guys about what's happening to Violet today and just what they do, how they do it. All right, what's your name?
My name's Gorilla. I'm the Vice President of Sales here at SOUNDZ.
Okay, so pleasure to meet you. I appreciate that you're gonna take care of Violet today. Now, I've already said the system that came on Violet, right from when I bought it, I thought the speakers were blown. That's how bad it is. What is SOUNDZ gonna do for me?
So what SOUNDZ is gonna do, we're gonna start at the front end of this bike. We're gonna go in, we're gonna disconnect your single factory amplifier that's basically supplying somewhere around 400 watts to these 4 speakers. We're gonna remove that, bypass it. Basically, therefore, we're not disrupting or creating any communication or canvas issues in your CVO. Your kit's gonna be specifically harnessed for this model. We're gonna replace your 6.5s up top. We're gonna replace your amp. We're gonna add a 31 band digital sound processor, commonly known as a DSP. We're gonna add our proprietary one-piece water-cooled lower fairing pods, which are gonna bring that out and give you all the spacing you need to bypass your radiator and your coolant reservoir. We're gonna replace your 6.5s in the back, retaining all the factory pods. And then we're gonna go into the bags and do 8-inch mid-bass on our custom mid-bass standoffs.
Awesome, so this is a kit.
Yep, this is a kit. Someone can call and order this. We can ship it direct. You can have it installed by us at 18 shows across the US every year.
Okay.
Or you can deal with one of our, several hundred dealers, find one close to you and get you set up. But this is a basically a custom production series that can be ordered. If you guys run into Robert somewhere, you see this bike, you hear it, and you say, build me exactly that, you can call me. We can put that whole kit together and ship it right to you.
Perfect, perfect. All right, I'm excited about it. All right, man, pleasure. Let's get to work.
Sounds good.
All right, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Cliff Keplinger with SOUNDZ. I'm VP of Marketing. Handle most of the research and design and development on the back end, not as much on the sales side, but here I am.
Okay, good, so we're talking to the right person. All right, so my question was, what do you guys offer as far as kits? Because I know there's kits, and you told me hundreds because of the variables.
Well, so on the kit side, we make everything pretty much behind the head unit, from DSP to the amplifier to all the harnessing and everything else. So if you walk over here real quick, I can kind of show you. So obviously everything as far as the interfacing with the bike is with the harnessing that we're doing to the amplifier. This is our SM series amplifier that we put mostly with our Mirrors level speakers. And so everything here we make, and a lot of the variables come up with like the CVOs and things like that. If you're just getting a a current model Street Glide, Road Glide, then we're kind of sending. It's one package. If you get that, if you just got the package from us, we're sending you the bracket for both the Street Glide and the Road Glide as far as the amplifier brackets go. From there, it's if you're going to have lowers, if you're going to do a 2-speaker, 4-speaker, 6-speaker, 8-speaker. We also do mid-bass cut-ins, so you can add that.
Wow.
So there's a lot of, pretty much, if you can dream it, we probably have the product for it.
Okay.
Everything here, we're manufacturing. From there, it's kind of like your difference between your Yukon and your Escalade. So we have the 800 watt amplifier that comes with the mirrorless line speakers, and then the signature edition with the SE. You go from an 816 watt amplifier to a 1000 watt amplifier. If you're just doing a fairing kit, that difference doesn't come in as much play, but when you start talking a 6 or 8 speaker setup, like on the Ultra here, you're wanting every bit of that amplifier, right? So that's when we step up.
Okay.
If you step back here, so this is a good example of like our mirrorless line speaker. So, we're using a neodymium magnet on everything, a rare earth magnet, but you can see it's a little more compact. Obviously, it doesn't take up much as far as lid kit space. The lid kit's the same, but obviously the speakers are going to be different. That's pretty much consistent throughout the mirrorless line. We have obviously the 6.5, 6x9, and then we also have the 8s for those who want to do that. And then we have a 5x7 mostly for like the CVO lids and stuff like that. Yeah, that's our mirrorless line as far as, excuse me. Then we have our SE line, which uses, again, a 1000 watt amplifier. Everything here is custom tooled. Again, neodymium rare earth magnets, everything's, but it's all a little bit more. We're using carbon cone with a replaceable inverted dome titanium tweeter. Basically, if we knock out that screw there, we can hot swap that tweeter in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, since we did that, we haven't really had any issues with the tweeter, so we don't have to do that much. But again, with the SE line, we have the 6.5s, the 6x9s, and then again the 5x7s for the CVO guys.
Now it looks. I see some stuff going on inside the bag too.
Yeah, so this bike's a little more, this is the owner Pete Jensen's bike.
Oh, this is the owner, okay.
Yep, but then we also have a pair of 6x9s and cut-ins there. That requires an additional amplifier to do all that because we have 12 speakers here going.
12, okay. Okay.
But yeah, so this one's a little bit different. We also have 8-inch mounts for this as well that we can do with the mirrorless grade speaker in there. But basically in this case with the 6x9s, we just do a hole saw punch on the other side and then we can grill it. It's a fairly straightforward setup to do that.
So it's like, it seems like it's sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, it's obviously you get more complicated when it comes to adding amplifiers, things like that. But even in this case, like we're using the stock charging system. The only difference is in this case that when you're ground pounding, especially in this case, we're needing to use like a 10 amp charging unit to keep it going. For most bikes, you'll want to keep it above 6 amp charging unit to really keep things going without having a flat battery within 10-15 minutes.
Okay, so everything that you're putting on these motorcycles, you guys make?
Yes, we're interfacing to the factory GTS head unit preferably,
good.
And then everything behind that is our gig.
And you guys are doing Apple CarPlay and Android Auto too?
Yes, so we enable the CarPlay on the GTS. Obviously, that's up to the head unit. And then Android Auto is depending on what could be enabled there, but as long as it can be enabled, that's no problem. Makes no difference.
All right, listen, I appreciate you talking to us, man.
No problem.
This is just awesome. I had to come talk to you because, I mean, I was listening to him play the music on that bike. This bike only has how many speakers? Four, right?
Yep.
And it sounds amazing. And then as he went down, it was just getting ridiculous. So I had to come talk to him.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
All right, thank you. Take care.
All right, guys, Gorilla here. We're just checking in. We're about halfway through the install on Robert's bike. We're getting ready to run the power wire. This is one of the things that separates us a little bit from the other guys in the industry. So commonly, everybody's going to run down the backbone. What's the problem with the backbone, Ryan? You're going to be mixed in with any air rod guy that goes in here, any LED lighting guy. Pretty much anybody's going to go right down the backbone. So one of the unique things that Ryan's about to do is we are going to fish down the frame rail. We're going to run our power, ground wires, remote wires, all separate. So that's completely external. Nobody else really does it that way. That prevents anybody that comes in after from going in and jeopardizing the quality of our work. It's another reason why we're able to stand on this with a full 3-year guarantee, worry-free.
I was going to ask you too, what was the warranty? So it's
3 years? Yes, sir.
And that's on everything?
Yes, sir. The other thing that we do, right? Obviously, we're in a technology segment that is forever evolving. Yeah. We do an upgrade program that is unmatched by anyone. I'm not aware of anyone that does anything comparable. So you run on a depreciating scale for the 3 years of ownership. That follows you all the way to the end. At the very end of the lifespan of your trade program, you still have 20% cash value in this equipment. So if we update the lineup 2 years after you do it, awesome. You've basically got a 40% down payment on what you're looking to move to next.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Now you said the backbone. What's the backbone?
So the backbone would be basically the wire tray, your frame backbone running from the fairing gear back to the seat. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where 99% of your installers are going to go, which means we would be there, the next guy would be there, the guy after him would be there, the next guy. So we like to keep that completely separate so that's never compromised during any further processes.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right, so guys, I'm not gonna play any music, not while I'm here at least, because I'm trying to record this, and all of this music is, you guys know the deal with the music. So once they're done, because what I've heard here, oh my gosh, it sounds so good, guys. And the video wouldn't do it justice anyway, but it's not about the sound, it's about the copyright stuff. So once this is all done, guys, I'm actually gonna get this bike home, and I'm gonna play some music. I just want you to hear it. I know it's not gonna do it justice, but I can't wait to hear it. All right, so she's all done. A couple of questions. First, let's go over what exactly we did. I know we talked about it, but now it's on here so we can see what it looks like.
Sure. All right, so what we did here is a little twist on our most popular CVO package that you're gonna see on all the CVO Tri-Glides, CVO Limiteds, etc. So this is our SE614T package. So that is SE Series 6-speaker, 2014 and up CVO touring package. Okay. So again, ultra limited, Tri-Glide, etc. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this comes with all the correct CVO bypasses, so you can see we turn this bike on, no extra warning lights, no Christmas tree effect, everything on the bike, and Robert obviously be able to testify to that, everything works as it did when it came in. Yeah. So we replaced the factory 6.5s with our upgraded SE65s. We did a matching set in the lower, and as we talked about earlier, you guys see, this is our one-piece molded water-cooled lower fairing pod. We make those in both a 6-inch and an 8-inch. The 6-inch is obviously the correct one for this application. We did another matching set of our SE65s here in the rear tour pack. And then his little twist on this is going to be the little peekaboo in the bag there of our 8-inch Mirrors 8 on the 8-inch standoffs. Nice. So that's where you're going to hear a lot of the extra punch from this bike. So it's going to be a really good blend of ultra clear, high vocals with good supporting mid bass. And is all powered by our SE1000 amp and our 31-channel DSP.
Yeah, and these were changed too. They say SOUNDZ on them now.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, nice. Absolutely. Yep. We got our bag hardware in there. Wanted to make sure with the extra weight of the mid bass, you were secured with the best method possible.
Awesome, awesome. Now, with this speaker right here, is there any special instructions I need to know about?
Biggest thing's just going to be monitoring how you pack the bag. Basically, the back section of that bag is pretty much off limits now.
Okay, okay.
So you're going to, have that 60% of the bag you have going forward. Yeah. Biggest risk to those speakers, obviously, tools, screwdrivers, etc. Yeah. But the hidden risk would be jackets, cuts, rotting leathers, anything like that. Anything that's going to suck to that speaker and stifle it. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, it's pretty much good to go.
Okay, okay.
And those are all protected. Probably going to be a little harder to see, with the full fascia, but that standoff is a grill in itself. So you've got a nice hard polymer grill in front of that speaker, protecting it from any kind of road debris or anything that might try to bounce up and hit that.
Gotcha, gotcha. There's a lot going on this bike. We changed the amp, right?
Changed the amp, yep, absolutely.
So now we got 1,000 watts?
You got 1,000 watts, that's correct.
With everything that's going on, how's my factory battery going to hold up with that?
So your factory, we like to say it as though we do not exceed the needs of the stock 30 amp charging system, but we may exceed the needs of the stock battery.
Okay.
So what that means is basically riding at, while the system's charging, everything's operational and correct, you are not going to pull more power than the bike is going to generate. Okay. Batteries, that's a varying conversation. What's the age of the battery? What was the state of the battery when you started that? Are you running, AGM, lead acid, lithium? What are you using? And those will be varying factors. But the cautionary tale for anybody when you put in a bigger amp like this is, as you start that process of parking lot pimping and you want to show it to your friends and you want to talk to everybody to show it off, you've got to be really, really mindful of your voltage. Yeah. Anything near 12 volts and definitely anything below, the system is not going to be happy. Your DSP is not going to be happy. Your amplifier is not going to be happy. It's a 12 volt system. It's made to run at 12 volts or better. So the closer it is to 13.7, the happier, the harder it's going to hit, the better it's going to sound.
So I got to keep this bike running if I'm just playing the music.
Yeah, that would be the ideal. Or plugged into a tender. Yeah. If you're in the garage, you're cleaning it, and you want to poke the neighbors a little bit, awesome. Really going to want to be like on a 10 amp or better tender at that point.
Okay. All right. Let's talk money.
Okay.
As far as your packages, what does everything cost?
So again, like I said, this is kind of an add-on or a derivative custom of the SE614T. So if a client comes to us with a limited, ultra, CVO limited, tri-glide, etc., your base cost for the 6-speaker, $47.50. That includes, again, all your speakers, all your grills, all new hardware, all new wiring, the CVO bypasses, the water-cooled lower fairing add-ons, all that. And then in this particular application, adding the mid-bass, the cut-ins, the labor, that's going to move that from $47.50 right up to about $59.
Okay. Okay.
So you're just shy of $6K for that. As we mentioned earlier, though, that's a full 3-year guarantee on the entire system. And then you also have that depreciative trade-in credit that we talked about. Yeah. So if in 2 years something changes, you call me and say, hey, Gorilla, I heard the new stuff, right? I want to upgrade. Yeah. Awesome. Let's sit down and figure out how we make that work. So there is absolutely no regrets and no buyer's remorse here with us.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's outstanding. What's your least expensive system? Is it within that Street Glide?
Yeah, so in the Street Glide, so our least expensive option in a 14 and up model for ease is going to start at $1,600 for amp, speakers, and DSP.
Oh, and an amp.
And an amp, yeah. Always, everything with us is always in 14 and up is always going to have an amplifier, and there's always going to be a DSP. Yeah. We never build without that. Okay. 98 to 13 is a different conversation. Okay. Tuning's going to happen more in the radio than post radio, like we're doing here. But obviously a lot, the bulk of what we do here is going to be 14 and up. Yeah. Okay. So how do we get in touch with you? Is there a website? Yes. So our website's going to be sounds-audio.com. Sounds on Facebook, Bagger Audio on Instagram. Sounds on TikTok when we decide to get on there a little bit. Okay. So, but we also have our office number. You can reach us at 605-274-3535. That goes directly into our answering office service. Okay. They will basically take a message, and then as soon as one of us frees up, we'll get back to you as fast as we can. You can also find me via email at gorilla@sounds-audio.com. Okay, and you do 18 different rallies, correct? 18 different rallies a year. That number will fluctuate plus or minus 1 or 2 annually. And then on our website, we do also have our dealer locator. That'll give you a complete list of all of our our certified dealers, coast to coast. Okay, good. And so people can order this and you can send it to them. Absolutely, absolutely. But if they come to a rally, the install is free. That's exactly correct. Yep. Awesome. And if you order, the one thing you do have to factor in is obviously outside of like the CVOs. The CVO models do not get flashed. All standard and special 14 and up models do have to be flashed. So any kits ordered online, you're going to have that little bit added cost there of the flash module to be able to program it with the Sounds flash. All right, so listen, Gorilla, I highly appreciate this, man. This is just awesome. I can't wait to flex, and I am going to be flexing with this system. Pleasure to meet you, man. Yeah, you too. Really appreciate you. Thank you. All right, brother. Thanks, guys. All right, so guys, I rode over here into this parking lot, and while I rolled over here, I was playing some music. And oh my God, ear to ear, guys, that's my face. This just sounds so damn good. And again, it's not just about it being loud. Yes, it's loud, but it's clear.
And just when I think, okay, that's, well, all right, here's what I'll say. If I turn it all the way up, it's just stupid. So, you know, I don't even know if I'd ever do that unless I'm just trying to demonstrate to somebody how loud this thing could be and still remain clear. It's just phenomenal, phenomenal. All right, enough talking, guys. Again, I know it's not gonna really do it justice. So what I'm gonna do is like a distance thing just so you guys can hear. And I'm gonna use some copyright music. So of course, as Gorilla told me, I gotta keep this motorcycle running while I'm playing the music. Otherwise, he said, it will drain my battery in 10 to 15 minutes. I don't know why anybody would have their bike just idling. I mean, I don't know why anybody would just leave this playing on the battery for 10 to 15 minutes anyway, but the point is, I gotta keep it running. All right, you know what? God, you have to hear this in person. You have to. All right, let's do it. All right, this is my theme music, guys. You guys are familiar. I'll put it right here. That's it. It's not the best source of music. Oh man, and I can hear the bass.
This one's for the ride. This one's for who knew I make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife. Could have left 1,000 times just about my side.
Oh my God.
This one's for the grind. I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy.
It's hard to get over.
I'm foreign in this world, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the doors been open.
Listen to that, guys.
I knew I was chosen, a breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and it's no cap.
Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real one. Let's have a toast for the real. All right, let me stop singing. And guys, depending on where you are, like right now I hear it echoing off of like some houses. That's ridiculous. They done baptized a bad guy. Remember, guys, I put that at half, a little bit less than halfway. And look, that's the furthest I can go. Guys, that's insane. It sounds insanely good. Crystal clear. All right, let's turn it up.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
Let's start the song over. Let's turn it up a little bit. What's up, man? Not even all the way up, guys.
Y'all watching the ride, and I wouldn't stay on shot cause I'm on surprise. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I make it, just needed some time.
That's insane.
This one's for my wife, could have left 1,000 times just about my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen cause I had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. It's hard to get over. I'm foreign in this world, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for
Oh my
granted.
God.
I knew I was different. I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and it's no cap.
Oh my God. It's so damn clear. You can hear every word. Oh, Jesus. They done baptized a bad guy. Oh my God.
500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull it from Trey. From the tray, I'm bombing like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can. I wrote this 30,000 feet feet up. 10 toes stay keyed up. I'm trying to get the type of wealth like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money's still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Let's have a toast for the.
Oh my God, guys. It's listen, you guys know I don't exaggerate, I don't embellish. I'm not gonna say something that I don't mean. I'm not gonna, if somebody gives me a product or anything like that, I'm not gonna say something good about it just because I just won't do that. As a matter of fact, if I like something, I'm gonna show you how much I like it. If I don't like it, I'm not even gonna do a video on it because it's not worth my time. This is phenomenal, phenomenal. I can't wait to ride this bike around and just have people go like, what the? Guys, I know all of you don't know this, but some of you know that Violet is my favorite motorcycle for a lot of different reasons. And today's install just solidified that even more. Oh, what have I been doing for the last 3 years? First, before I talk about this motorcycle, I want to talk about Gorilla and the people that he has working there for him. If you've never been to a rally, guys, the people that are there doing installs on motorcycles, those are long days. Sometimes it's hot. It's not burning hot today, so that's good. But, oh my gosh. So I want to definitely shout them out for just doing what they do. And I appreciate the fact that they do it with a smile on their face, right? So I don't want to look past that because that's important too. But if I'm talking about this motorcycle now and how it sounds. Now, originally I had 2 speakers back here and 2 speakers in the front, and that was it. And it sounded horrible. I don't really play I don't play the radio on this motorcycle, and it's for that reason. And I mean, I had to turn the bass all the way down because what's the point? I don't want to blow out the speakers, but it just sounded terrible. But of course, this is not my only motorcycle, so I just dealt with it. Guys, this blew my mind. I don't know what I was expecting. You know, now Jay let me hear his, and I appreciated the fact that his was so clear. That was it. This is leaps and bounds. I just wasn't expecting this. It sounds so good, guys. Oh my gosh. And it crystal clear, crystal clear. I know for a fact that whether I'm going 70, 80, 90 miles per hour on this motorcycle, I'm not gonna have any issue hearing the music. Zero issue. I know that, period. Because not only is everything louder, I got the lower speakers, and these ones behind me, like these are probably some of the most important ones because they're right there. Now, I don't know how Anita's gonna feel about this. She'll appreciate it. Obviously, I'm not gonna blast the music while she's back here, unless one of her songs comes on, then she won't mind. And on top of all of that, I finally got this radio flash, so as soon as I plug it in, I got Apple CarPlay. So, yeah, she's still gonna be my favorite, man. It just sounds amazing, guys. Listen, if you see me and I'm riding this motorcycle, please ask me. Ask me to let you hear what this sounds like, because it's gonna blow you away. It is just phenomenal. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. So, again, Gorilla, shout out to you. I appreciate it. It's just, I'm almost speechless. That's how good this system sounds now. Everything was done professionally. Everything put back the way it was. All of the lights still work. You know, all of that stuff matters to me, right? I appreciate stuff being put on my bike, but put it back the way it was. That's exactly what they did. So, I don't know what else to say to you guys. Listen, if you're not familiar with SOUNDZ, you heard Gorilla give the website. Definitely check that out. If you need to call them and talk to them, and if they're gonna be at a rally that you're going to, like he said, they're doing 18 of them this year. Yeah, definitely get over there because being able to have all of this done for free, I'm talking about the install, that's one of the biggest perks of going to a rally and getting anything done to your motorcycle. Now, of course, these guys do this all the time, so it's a lot easier for them to do it than it would be for me, but I don't have any interest in installing this stuff. So I'm very happy that they're doing that, and I already thanked them. I took care of them. Just great guys, great company. I want you guys to check it out. That's all I can say. But if you see me, the proof is in the pudding. You have to hear this in person. All right, guys? All right, listen, that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get Violet back in here, and we're gonna head back to Pooler. But this was so worth the trip coming down here to get this done. Violet finally, well, she's got the best stereo system in the garage now, plain and simple. So she's still my #1 girl. All right, guys, listen, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have, less time complaining about the things that you don't. Break out of the mold of the average rider, guys. Seat time doesn't equal practice time. And if you have time to ride your motorcycles, guys, you have time to practice on them. Until next time.